So the DK Oldies saga has officially looking like it's coming to an end. I haven't even talked about them at all. I've made one video about them, period, when Austin Evans got kind of scammed by them, with how he ordered a bunch of stuff and none of it was refurbished, none of it was fixed, and it was an absolute dumpster fire. Well, we finally have a ending that is kind of a good thing here. So, they are facing a class action lawsuit for their misleading, product information, where they say every single item they have is refurbished, and simply it was not. Now, to fix that class action lawsuit, they have now changed around their whole entire website to now correctly demonstrate that not all of their products are technically refurbished. So now it says, for example, pre-owned. And it says this, it will say used, it will say that, it is kind of as is. This way people understand when they're buying the product that, yes, not every single product here is going to be, refurbished, which is what they were claiming before. Every product they sold was refurbished. They also knocked down the prices of a lot of these items, which is also another really good thing, because if you're not going to refurbish a product, don't charge 7 times the price for a product you literally are buying from a random person and reselling like you would on eBay, except you're selling it for 7 times the price. Now, again, as always, it's not, no one really, they're not responsible. If they sell an item for way over price and someone pays for it, that is nothing against them. Like, they can do whatever they want there. But just don't say it's refurbished when it's not refurbished. But now they actually do go ahead and say, like, good used condition. But they will go ahead and show right here a little process that says all our DK orders used products go through a refurbishment and expecting process and are backed by a 1-year warranty. So now what they're saying is, listen, these products are not refurbished. They're used goods, but we do check them to make sure they work and they actually, function as is. Now, they say it goes through the refurb process, and as of lately, it seems like they're actually doing a pretty dang good job at refurbishing their products. They might not have been for 26 years, I believe they were in business. They weren't refurbishing much of anything. But after all the issues that happened, YouTubers making videos about them. And again, I have not made many videos because I don't want to get into this whole milking DK oldies for views. I don't like the whole concept. But I do like, pointing out things when things are wrong. Because the people who are being affected by this isn't you and me. It usually is elderly people who are buying this for their grandchildren, a father who's like 40 or 50 buying this for him and his son or daughter. They're usually the people who don't know about eBay or Mercari or Facebook Marketplace, all these other websites, right? They usually just do this because they see it's a good reputation, and then they go ahead and just buy this product. It's way overpriced, which again, if they want to spend the money they want to spend, no big deal at all. But then they get a product that isn't refurbished and breaks after a couple of weeks or months or whatever. And that's the problem, right? And the whole reason I think, you got to bring up this point, you got to, make sure they're following the correct business processes, is because you don't want an elderly woman out there who buys this for the grandchild to get scammed. That's the whole point. You don't want your grandma to get scammed. Me or you, we're probably not buying from this website, right? If you're my age or a little bit older, you're probably not buying from this website. In all honesty, you're probably buying from eBay. You're probably buying from countless other places online where you can get consoles for very cheap. And it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I work on Xboxes, I work on PlayStations, I work on consoles. I have changed out the thermal paste on Xbox, probably 30, 40, 50 Xbox 360s. Original Xboxes, by 100 different original Xboxes. PS3, PS4s, I've changed the thermal paste on all these things. An elderly woman or a little kid probably not going to know how to do that. It's not a hard process, but it does take some time, and you got to know what you're doing. So it's stuff like that, simply, if you're going to say refurbished, do those things, It takes probably, for me, after doing so many, maybe 7-8 minutes to change the thermal paste out. And really, the hardest thing to change thermal paste out on is the original Xbox, just because after like so long of it being so old, the first clamp is not too hard to get off. The second clamp, you got a CPU clamp and you got a GPU clamp, and they actually like the heat sinks are stuck to the board, and you have to pry them off, which is so annoying. The clamps aren't really that annoying to take off other than the GPU clamp, but those are the only ones that probably take me the longest to get done. 360s are pretty basic once you get done under the hood. PS3, PS4 is pretty basic. It does take some time. And I understand, listen, at the end of the day, DK Oldies is shipping out a lot of products every single day. But if you're going to say it's refurbished, and just have a team on staff that can do this and hire more people then. If you're going to charge 7 times the price, then hire more people. You might not make the same, bottom dollar here, but you're going to have a better business overall wise. Now, I believe somebody still says just refurbished. I believe. Unless they made all of them say, that they're used or whatever. Because GameCube, which, by the way, that's way, way overpriced. A GameCube, I'm going to say on eBay, I think they sell for like $70 to $80. And you can get really good, GameCubes for $70, $80. I'm not talking about crappy ones. You can get some pretty good ones, especially when people try and sell them on eBay and get rid of them. It doesn't say here if it's it doesn't say anything about being refurbished. It also doesn't say used though. That's another thing. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it being used. Our system in conditions and free of cosmetic flaws, all tested. Okay, so it says this is fully clean and refurbished. So it still says that on some things. Hopefully they are doing that. And again, like I said, they have gotten so much better at doing this. Like, there was a point where they weren't doing it at all, and now they're actually refurbishing these things. So, I gotta give them a shout out to them for fixing their, problems. I mean, they had problems with their business, and they fixed it. So, definitely shout out to them for that. But our systems are in good use condition and play free of cosmetic flaws, all guaranteed and backed by. And it still says it keeps saying refurbished. Ugh. At least, hopefully they're doing it now. This is always the funniest one, the 360, because by the way, this is not an OEM controller. You guys can see the OEM controllers had an X right here for Xbox. This is a third party. This is OEM. This is non-OEM. And it doesn't, I don't think it gives you a condition. Acceptable condition system. It doesn't give you a option for that. Does this say this is refurbished? A comment including does not. This does not say it's refurbished. Wait. Accessory is in great condition and tested and working. Yeah, so this does not say it's refurbished. This is what I'm talking about. So right here does not say it's refurbished, just says it's just in good condition. Okay, so again, like I said, so some of these it's not saying refurbished. So some it says they are refurbished and some says they're not refurbished. That's interesting. But again, $229 is so freaking crazy expensive. $229, you can get an OEM controller in a modded original Xbox. I just sold an original Xbox modded on eBay for around $180, $190. That's modded with games on it and stuff like that. That's all the games I legally own, by the way. But I also sent the game disc, so it was like on the Xbox also. Don't do any of that pirate stuff. But anyway, no, this is not worth it. And then you get a $15 extra to get a Duke controller, which is not, I'm gonna guess, not OEM controller. Yeah, it says one compatible controller. So, listen, at the end of the day, hopefully this is a good step forward. In a class action lawsuit, I don't think it's going to really stick and stand with a class action lawsuit, but at least it's a good step in the correct direction. See you guys next one.